Hey everybody! Okay, so today we're going to be working on the second part of the lead for Dam the River by the Phoenix Foundation. Now it actually happens up here on the 14th fret, but for practice purposes, while we're getting used to it, we're going to do it down here on the 2nd fret. It's the same notes, an octave down. Okay, so the whole second part sounds like this. Do that one more time. And the bit that we're going to be focusing on today is so just the first half. So it starts with our palm just muting the strings so they make it kind of dead noise. So that involves just putting this part of your palm quite close to the bridge there. We're going to have our index finger on fret 2, covering the G, the B and the E strings. And we're just going to go, if you're playing with a pick, you just run the pick down the 3 strings. Like that. If you're playing with fingers, you can pick 1, 2, 3 like that. Okay, so either this or that. The next thing we do is play with our little finger on fret 5 on the E string, and back with our index finger onto fret 2 on the E string. So coming from that little roll, we then go fret 5, fret 2. Okay, so I'll do that a couple of times. Just twice more. Okay, the next thing we do is fret 5 on the B string and fret 2 on the B string. Okay, so it's exactly the same pattern as we've just done there, except one string up. Okay, so tacking that onto the end we'll get... Okay, I'll do that twice more. Once more. Okay, the next thing we do is 4th fret, we'll use our ring finger, 4th fret on the G string and 2nd fret on the G string. So similar pattern, just move back 1 fret there. Okay, so if we tack that onto the end of what we've already done, we should get... Okay, let's do that twice more. Once more. Okay, now having hit this note, we're going to flatten that finger over the 3 strings, and then we're going to play the pattern B string, G string, E string, B string, G string. So having come down from, we flatten and go. So that's all 3 strings covered on the 2nd fret, and the pattern was B, G, E, B, G. Like that. Okay, so attach that to the end of what we've already played. I've been playing that at moderate speed. To give you something to practice along with, I'm going to play it through twice really slow and then twice a little bit faster. I'll do it a few times until we get up to sort of medium speed, and you can pick the speed you like and just practice at that for a little while until you're more comfortable with it. So we'll go super slow to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4. again. faster now. A little bit faster still. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same again, a little bit faster. 2, 3, 4. Okay, and just for fun I'm going to do one at full speed so you can see what you're aiming for. 2, 3, 4. So don't worry if you're not at that speed just yet. Go through the slow ones a few times until you're more comfortable, and then just slowly pick up your speed. The other thing we're going to need for the second half of this is a big string bend. So you can start practicing your string bends now. The place we're actually going to be bending in this song is the 5th fret. But for starters you can practice any old where, and it's easier the further up the neck you go because the string's a little bit looser there, not being so close to the nut. Now the way that we do a bend is we're going to have one finger in the fret properly, so you want it to be back behind the fret. The other 2 fingers you can either jam into the fret if it's a big fret like this one, or with the smaller frets you just have them behind in support. So you want them as close to each other as you can, remembering that this is the one who's actually doing the business, so he should be behind the fret there. These 2 are just supporting him, and what you're doing is you're holding the string down the whole time and you're pushing straight up towards the sky as far as you can. So you should get a sound like... Now don't worry if you're just bending a little bit at first, you'll get a sound like that. That's fine. But you want to practice pushing as hard as you can, and you'll see these other strings being pushed up. That's why you need your fingers to help, because it's quite a big bend. So you can practice doing that anywhere. Remember, we're going to be doing it eventually on the 5th fret here, so you can practice there. That's quite hard because it's quite close to this end, so you might want to start out maybe around the 10th or the 12th fret, just doing. Just practice using your backup fingers to help you push and trying to get that big bend sound out of it. Alright, so I'll leave you that to practice. Happy strumming, and I'll see you next week.